But Martin has asked me to do another poem.
Sorry.
You should apologise. I have never done this poem, so I'll probably forget it. But I do have, well, my wife has this fellow called Cousin Robert. And Cousin Robert is one of the world's great talkers. He's phenomenal. He's also one of the world's great eccentrics. And I've actually been down in Goulburn today, because he's getting a bit old now, and sorting him out and getting him into a hostel. But I wrote this about 10 years ago, and I've never done it, and I've never learned it, so I'll probably forget it halfway through. If I do, doesn't matter. It's a folk club, and if you do poetry, it's compulsory to forget at least one poem. I had lunch with Cousin Robert today. He said, between mouthfuls, I've something to say. Folks say I'm eccentric, but that isn't me. But if they said I was odd, I'd have to agree. On an odd-numbered year just before dawn, on an odd-numbered month and a day, I was born. I lived on the odd-numbered side of the street, and I wore odd socks on both of my feet. I danced every year, ever since I was small, to the rhythms and tunes of the Odd Fellows Ball. But I got lots of knockbacks, because every girl knows that I've got two odd feet, and I tread on their toes. At school we had sports teams, they were called A and B. There were odds and sods, and their captain was me. I went to the shops and bought oddments to wear, and when folks said, "You're odd," I said, "I really don't care. I've got odd numbers toes on each of my feet, and I'm writing a book called Odd People I Meet, so you'd best not be odd." And he fixed me a look that left me in no doubt I'd end up in his book. He said, my name is Robert, as known to my God, but I'm being rechristened. My new name is Odd. And when folks say, "You're odd," I'd say, "That's for sure. But how did you know? Have we met before?" I've purchased a tombstone, and here's its description. It is polished marble and bears no inscription. And when people pass by my lonely gravesite, they'll say, "Isn't that odd?" And of course they'll be right. Cousin Odd then spoke of the odd places he'd been, of the odd things he'd done and the odd things he'd seen. I knew I'd been there before when he's in full flight, and if I didn't stop him, we'd be there all night. "Cousin Odd," I said sternly, "no more will I hear. You make me feel odd. I've a pain in the ear. And there's only one thing to cure this oddness in me. Let's slip down to the pub for an odd beer or three." Yeah. I remember